Welcome everyone in to the virtual Talladega Superspeedway. This is race number 6 of season 6 of RMR's Tuesday Night Thunder as we are live here on the PGR eSports Network. I am your host here tonight, Michael Triscaro, and I'm joined by the man himself, Ron Morris Jr., as we are set for 70 laps of action here on the high banks of Talladega. Here in the next gen, Ron Morris Jr., we invite you in. Here, how is it going on this Tuesday night?
Hey man, how's it going? Going pretty good, man. Yeah, excited to see some next gen racing here at Talladega. I haven't seen any next gen racing at Talladega in a little while, so hopefully it'll be a good, exciting race here tonight.
Yeah, it should be. We will have a stage break at lap 20 here tonight. 40% fuel, 2 extra sets of tires. As always, no fast repair, fixed setups, and 3 green-white checkers if we need them. Ambient temp 83 degrees, track temp 93 degrees, only a 3-mile-an-hour wind, as all these drivers right now on track and getting locked in on the grid for qualifying. There behind us you see the PGR 500 champion of 2025. That is Daniel Falkingham. So Daniel Falkingham setting some laps down here early in qualifying. We'll be heading to the grid momentarily. Devin Ray already in the chat, as is Baker's mom, and Baker's overseas right now serving the country, so glad to see his mom still watching the broadcast and supporting PGR eSports Network, as well as Ron Morris Racing. You see Falkingham there onto the apron and across the start-finish line. That'll slide him up to 4th currently on the grid. As you see Trevin Ashronoff of the Jack Shack coming on by for his lap as well. We'll bring that ticker up and you can see all the current qualifying times here on the top of your screen. As we are about a minute away from qualifying ending and heading to that grid. Landon Velicky of PGR eSports as well of Auburn University. Here he is in the 62 Chevrolet, and he is looking stout and fast tonight. This is his 2nd lap. We'll see if he can improve on that 1st lap as he looks to challenge John Ward, who is on the provisional pole right now. As Landon Velicky is going to pull into the tri-oval here. He's going to hit the apron as well, cutting off some of this racing surface as he blends back here onto the yellow line and across the start-finish line. Landon Velicky to 10th on the grid. So it looks like John Ward right now might be your pole sitter tonight. Dylan Jones right now 2nd. As Matt Lee, he's going to vault himself up in the 04 to the 4th position. Wyatt Gray on the track here in the 18 machine, as he is just finishing up his lap. Doesn't have much time left. We'll see if he can throw down a hot lap here right at the end of Q.
It looks like we got, looks like everybody who's running fast laps are running 2 laps because the first lap was really slow. So, yeah, I'm not sure the qualifying lap with these cars anymore. It's been a while.
Yes, it is. Well, it looked like Wyatt Gray going to be locked into that 12th position. It looks like qualifying is going to be through here tonight, as we will take you pit road here momentarily for tonight's grid, and we'll take you through that starting field here tonight. So looking forward to what will be another good race here on a Tuesday night, as all these cars starting to grid up here on the starting grid. Matt Lee, he's getting locked into this one. And we'll bring up that starting grid here tonight.
Yeah, Mike, I'm going to step away for a second and go over payouts for these guys. I'll be back.
Ron Morris going to step away momentarily. We're trying to bring up the qualifying positions. Having some trouble right now bringing up those onto our screen. We will keep trying here in just a minute. But John Ward on that pole here tonight. It'll be Dylan Jones to the outside of Ward. Jared Haynes will start tonight's race in 3rd, Matt Lee in 4th, and Daniel Falkingham in 5th. As we still work on trying to get those results here up on your screen. And having a couple issues right now. It's always something here with the SDK. But we will see if we can fix that here. But nothing popping up right now. We are going to pause real quick just to see if we can get this corrected right before these cars set the grid here or take on off. So we will be right back here on the PGR eSports Network. Back here live on the PGR eSports Network. We're not going to have time to show you that starting grid. There is your top 18. The pace cars getting set to head on down pit road. We will show you that if we get an early caution. We're going to hide that screen really quick for you guys. And John Ward is going to lead them down with Dylan Jones on his outside. Jared Haynes, Matt Lee, Daniel Falkingham, your top 5, as John Ward leads them through the Trioval here. This is race number 6 of Season 6, RMR Tuesday Night Thunder. Thunder has struck, and it is green from Talladega. Lap number 1 in the books. It's all Dylan Jones here early as he leads the field here on the exit of turn number 2. Bad fast John Ward in the 92 in tow. And you see the 7 of Jared Haynes. A strong field here tonight. We'll try to walk you through that field when we can. It looks like 26 drivers made the field here tonight, with James Wagner being the 26th. Doesn't look like Cody Neagles or Nathan Harper made the grid here tonight. So 26 drivers on the track. And right now, single file up front as all these guys with a 70-lap race here on this 2.66 mile super speedway, looking to take it easy and get to that stage break here tonight at lap 20, as we'll see action heat up as we get closer to that number.
Yeah, these guys didn't waste any time going 3 wide, but now they back to single file. But had a lot of shuffling going on there on that first lap. But back to single file now, a little bit tamer than it was on that first lap.
Malik Ray here in the field tonight. He is in 7th position in the number 1. He is an eNASCAR Coke Series professional, as is Daniel Falkingham right now in the 4th spot, as the pros out here to race tonight. It looks like we're going to have somebody's off pace there. Merckx into the wall. Hasting off the track. And we will go right there.
Yeah, that's not going to draw a caution. 2 cars there, so.
There goes Hastings. And look at this hit for Jeff Merck in the 60. He's going to come down the track, get into the 15 of Hastings, shoot up the track. Brock Westerman going to go right underneath the 60. And, man, the 60 just snaps loose right into the outside fence. Heavy damage for Merck here early. You see all the debris flying over the racetrack. And some heavy right side damage to Jeff Merck. And, man, the 60 with no fast repair, he is going to have a heck of a night trying to come back from that one. We go back live up to the front of the field. Dylan Jones still your leader. But, man, Ron, some action there for Jeff Merck in the Trioval.
We talk about Merck's luck every week, and, man, he's got some rough luck, man. But, yeah, I hate to see that from Merck. After that, it looks like you may have calmed these guys down a little bit. So, single file. I don't know right offhand. I don't race these cars enough to know how many laps they're going to get on fuel, but it's 40%. So, but yeah, I'm sorry. I'm having to clear some flags. We got some guys that had to go through pit road, so they got some black flags. But we do clear those. So, but yeah, single file. We got a couple cars that's lost the pack, but as long as they can get in pits and out with the stage, they ought to be able to get back on the lead lap if they lose it. Or hopefully not go a lap down.
Yeah, and you see right now Dylan Jones still leads this pack. John Ward right behind. That is the 7 of Jared Haynes, Daniel Falkingham, and Kyler Wynn, your current top 5. Up here right now is the 4 of Brock Westmoreland, as he looks to get back and claw his way back to victory lane here in the Train Chevrolet, as action is picking up just a little bit there with Matt Lee making a charge here to the front in the 04. Nick Seipel right behind him in his Ford. The team PGR trying to get closer and closer to the front of this field. So a good field here tonight. We're hoping for a lot of green flag racing, especially as we get into the later stages of this race. 13 laps to go till the stage break tonight, and valuable, we talk about every week, a lot of points on the line, and it helps for those playoff points to lock yourself into that playoff. As Kyler Wynn now in the 82, he's working with that 1 of Malik Ray, as they are now leading the pack here into turn number 3.
Yeah, they got a pretty monster push out there on the outside. Malik pushed Kyler there to the front. So, see that outside line now start to come strong in. We see Nick Sipple coming up, being pushed as well by Falkingham. So, with Eberhardt coming over too. So we know Eberhardt's going to try to get, D3's going to try to get hooked up with Dylan, because those two guys work together, and D3 is one of the best in these cars right here.
Yeah, D3 excellent in these cars. Every time you see him out there on the racetrack, guy that comes out and plays when the races mean a lot, it's Daniel Eberhardt in that 90. And he's put a little different paint scheme than I'm used to seeing. Pretty cool there from the 90, not as plain looking as normal there. So he's right there on the top of the racetrack right now. Chris Melton behind him. Melton had a good run in the PGR Light Series last night, just was not able to capitalize there at the end, as Kyler Wynn now side by side with Nick Seipel. And Nick Seipel now getting into it here in the front. A driver still looking for that big win. And I'll tell you what, he is knocking at the door. And it could be any race, any of these weeks coming up. Nick Seipel doing a really good job here tonight so far in the early going.
Yeah, Nick's another one that impresses me with these cars. I ran with him a lot during the PGR 500. He impresses me with this car. He's a good driver, a good clean driver. Yeah, no surprise seeing Kyler up here. He's another one that is one of the best at these cars. So the spill we got is strong, man. A lot of these guys will know these cars. We'll see it's a little bit different style of racing than we get with the trucks and the Xfinity. These guys, they'll push all the way around the track, and they do that slam drafting where you can have a high difference in speed and push the guy. And as long as he knows it's coming, he can hold it straight. You really get a lot of momentum that way.
Yeah, it's a really good 2x2 racing right now. Wyatt Gray actually now in your 18 car. He is leading the charge here on the bottom as Chris Melton now comes to play. Chris, is one of those guys that just has to learn how to close. I know that position very well myself, and up front a lot here in the early going of the race, especially in the middle stages of the race. But as the race goes on, he's one guy that he's going to have to try to start closing here in the latter stages to not just get the victory lane, because that only one guy is going to, but just to secure one of those cash spots, a podium spot. Chris Melton definitely capable of that. He's just going to have to find a way to close out these races, and a lot of times that has to do with luck as well. Oftentimes getting caught up in a wreck, and usually at no fault, to the specific driver. And Chris Melton right here, Roughneck Racing, Wagner's Welding, they're on the front hood, looking to get it done here tonight in RMR.
Yeah, this is Chris's first race this season with us. He paid his starter, he got in, so if he gets a win, he can still make the championship by paying 13 races. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, Chris runs pretty strong. I've noticed that he's pretty good in these cars too. So.
Yeah, the Jack Shack.
Oh,
absolutely. The Jack Shack has a strong contingent here as well. Jared Haynes doing most of the damage, but farther on back it's Joe Horta and Trevin Astronaut as they are biding their time riding around here on the bottom of the racetrack. Everyone gearing up for the stage break here tonight. And you see the one car of Joe Horta right there on the bottom, his teammate right behind them. Sean Corbett, the 45, a little bit farther back in the 19th position. He is the last car in this main pack. And you're going to have to go back to Mark Von Dell in this 5-car train with Josh McCullough, Chris McCullough, Kenny McCullough, and James Wagner. So those guys hanging out a little bit farther back. They're not too concerned right now with that stage. And then you're going to have to go to Hunter Hastings right now, trying to claw back from getting almost knocked off the track there by Jeff Merck. He is sitting all the way back in 25th position. And right now, Jeff Merck off the track in 26th. So right now, a 25 car race right now, and action heating up front. Kyler Wynn now to the point.
Yeah, we got John Ward up there getting pushed by Matt Lee. We keep talking about these guys that are really good. Like another two guys that are really, really good. I was a little bit surprised to see those guys ride back as far as they are. They're going to make the car, two of them on the outside. Look like they're able to make a little bit of ground. So, like you see, that group that's back there is only got a group of 5 cars. They should be fine as long as they don't mess up the pit stop. So now we got pit stop. We've got 3 cars coming in now.
Got 3 cars coming in right now. Here comes Daniel Eberhardt, the third down pit lane. Here comes Landon Velicky as well. He's going in with the 2 teammates of Dylan Jones, Daniel Eberhardt. So we'll see if the Nightmare driver can hang with those guys here on this pit stop as he comes to a stop. A good entry there for the Lake Martin, Alabama of Landon Velicky. We're going to go back up here to the front. It is Kyler Wynn. You're going to expect him to lead all of these guys down pit lane. And if you want to win this stage, you're going to have to get on and off pit road the best of your ability and not lose that pack. And we're going to see how well these guys right now are going to come on down pit lane, as you're going to expect most of them to right here. Here they come diving off down 3, maybe even 4 wide. Wow, there goes Daniel Falkingham all the way to the outside. And it looks like a very good job by all these drivers getting down pit lane. And now they're going to have to get to their boxes here. They're going to cut across pit lane and try not to slide through their stall. They're going to take most likely only fuel here to get to the end of the stage.
Amazing job. Those guys on the outside getting down. So left the Landon Velicky and Wyatt Gray out there by themselves. So it depends on that lap right there, how fast they're able to run this lap. But they may end up losing a lot of time there. But 10 more laps of the stage, they should be fine, even if they do lose some time. They're not going to go a lap down, so as long as they pit well.
Yeah, here comes Matt Lee, him, Falkingham, Ward, and Seipel. Those were your fast four there on pit lane. Wyatt Gray coming in now with Chris Melton. Sean Corbett coming in as well. Back up front to Matt Lee, and here comes those three drivers on that top lane, led by Dylan Jones, Daniel Eberhardt III, as well as Landon Velicky. They had all that steam coming down the backstretch. They're going to have the speed. They're going to look to go around the front four. These guys carrying a lot of speed here. Lap 15 to 70. Remember that stage break. 20 coming to 21 here tonight. They're going to break up Seipel. These guys going right to the front. But Ward's going to jump up front. He's going to stall them out just a little bit. And, the winner of that cycle is going to go to Matt Lee. Matt Lee right now going to be your race leader here in the 04. As he is trying to fend off a hard-charging Daniel Falkingham. Dylan Jones goes up high. No friends being made up here in the front of this pack. Dylan Jones, though, has a friend behind him in Daniel Eberhardt. And Matt Lee's going to have to hold those teammates off right now. And the odd man out, the 18 on the bottom there of Wyatt Gray.
Yeah, big losers on that pit stop. With that big group was Tyler and Elite. I'm not sure what happened there, but they're both towards the back of this pack now. But there's no worries, though. They'll be right back up to the front as soon as they want to be. So I'm not sure what happened there, though.
Yeah, coming down here to the start-finish line, 2 by 2. A big gap there in the middle of the racetrack. No takers there for that middle of the pack. As Daniel Eberhardt's going to clear all the way to the bottom. And he's going to leave his teammate. And they, they have an unwritten rule with that. And, they'll definitely leave each other. They're not glued to one another necessarily. They're going to go for wins. They're going to go for stage wins. That's what they do. They help each other get to the front. But those guys right there, they're racers. They want to go for the win. Eberhardt saw the opportunity. And guess what? Mike Davenport, we haven't even seen him up front. Here he is now with his teammate behind him, a little wreck farther back. Caution out for the first time. It looks like Jared Haynes involved. Jared Haynes around. A good start to the race for Jared. But the first caution out of the night just before the stage. And that probably will be the stage. Not quite sure. We'll have to get Ron's ruling on that.
We're going to 25 for stage. So.
We're going to 25, so the flyer just off just a tad, so bear with us on that. We're going 25 coming to 26 for the stage. So the stage still going to be raced out here tonight. Here was your incident on the racetrack. Ooh, wow. It looks like Steven Miles actually going to come up there and turn the number 7. Or the 24, last night's winner in the PGR Light Series. And he looks like he might be the cause of the first caution here tonight. We'll walk that back just a little bit more. You saw him just come out of nowhere in the screen.
Yeah, he admitted he got tunnel vision. So it's just a warning on Miles. But he owned up to it. So
here's getting pushed by the 82 of Kyler Wynn. And right here, they're getting a big run on the 11, just really nowhere to go. So he tries to avoid the 11, and there's no hole there. He's going to turn the 7 right down into the 11 of Jones. So damage there for Jones doesn't look too bad. Some net code there. Jared Haynes, you can see his Goodyear tires not moving there. He is heavy on the brakes, scuffing those tires, but saving his car the best he can. And there's going to be a lot of net code right there as the 24 and 7 merge into one another. But it looks like Jared Haynes going to keep this 7 Chevrolet off the fence. And a really good job there by Jared Haynes as first caution of the night is out. Lap number 19 of 70 here tonight. A little bit longer race, and we are inching ever so close to that stage break, so my apologies. It is lap number 25 coming to 26 here tonight. Lucky dog right there. You've seen him go around. That is Hunter Hastings. So Hunter Hastings involved in what was a non-caution earlier on in the tri-oval with an incident with Jeff Merck. Jeff Merck off the racetrack, probably done completely for the night. But Hunter Hastings is in 25th, and now we will have 25 of your 26 drivers on the lead lap with Jeff Merck as the only driver not in the race. So Daniel Eberhardt III up front. Mike Davenport, we were just starting to talk about him. He's got his teammate Nick Seipel behind him. And we'll see. We'll try to bring actually Mike Davenport up here really quick while we have a second. And we'll see if, yeah, we do. We have Mike Davenport. So Mike Davenport here in the 55. You got a copy.
Yeah, I got you, boss.
All right, man. Well, there's not too many people floating around here in the Discord, but looks like the Team PGR is. You got Brock Westmoreland, Nick Seipel. Man, you got Nick Seipel actually right behind you. It looks like he actually might start on the bottom, but you're going to have Brock Westmoreland, I think, behind you. Man, Team PGR, 3 drivers here in the top 5. And you guys are going to be going for a stage here, lap number 25, coming to 26. What's it going to take to hold off Daniel Falkingham, Daniel Eberhardt here tonight for that stage?
Well, we're looking to see where Eberhardt, if he picks the bottom or the top here. Either way, I got two teammates behind me if I start on the bottom, and then I got Falkingham pushing me on the top if he wants to pick the bottom here. So either way, I think I'm in a pretty good spot. Either way, we're going to try and get hooked up and see if we can get some stage points here. And it was a solid pit stop for us, put us in a good position here. So we're going to try and keep rolling.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, we're watching this race. We're talking about a lot of the guys up here at front, and then practically out of nowhere after that pit cycle, you know, we see the 55 out of nowhere come to the front of the pack, rolling around in the second position. Tell us about your pit stop. I know you guys have been really good lately and, you know, put a lot of effort into those pit stops because, you know, they become critical. And walk us through, you know, getting on and off pit lane.
Well, getting on and off pit lane is the biggest place to either lose positions or gain them. It's hard to gain spots on pit road, but it's really easy to lose them. So we've been trying to focus on not losing on pit road because that's the easiest way to kill yourself here. So just trying not to beat ourselves and keep us in a position to keep competing here.
Well, the man out of Colorado Springs, Colorado here, sitting in the second position, going to be starting on the bottom in the 55, and that's the Tire World Chevrolet. We wish you luck here in the stage and the rest of the way, and we hope to be talking to you here at the end of the night. Good luck the rest of the way.
Yep, I'll talk to you later. Thank you.
That was Team PGR driver, the 55, Mike Davenport. He is looking to break through here and get a stage victory on a Tuesday night, and he is going to be up on that wheel. He's got some strong guys on his outside, the 90 of Eberhardt, the 39 of Falkingham, and the 62 of Veliky. And it doesn't end there because right behind Veliky is the 1 of Malik Ray. You know those guys are going to want to get to the front. But it's Team PGR. They are all lined up here on the bottom. Davenport, Seipel, Westmoreland. Man, they got the numbers now. Let's see if this team can finally break through here tonight on Tuesday Night Thunder and see if they can start the night off strong with a stage win. The pace car is going to drop off underneath yellow here tonight, and we are going to restart here for the second time tonight as Daniel Eberhardt III is going to lead them here into the tri-oval.
Yeah, like Davenport said, it was kind of in a win-win situation there. So he's either getting pushed by one of the best with Eberhardt or had 2 teammates behind him. So let's see what happens here.
Green flag back in the air here at Talladega, and not much time left right now in between now and the stage break. And just like that, man, they get right to the front. It's Eberhardt and Falkingham double clearing to the bottom. The middle's open for Davenport. Will he take it if the run comes? Looks like he might. Time is now. It looks like he's going to stay on the bottom for now. Brock Westmoreland and Seipel right now. Looks like Seipel has some front end damage, but these 3 right now getting out front and rocking and rolling. Here comes Landon Veliky. He's going to have a big run with Malik Ray on his rear end. We're going to get close here to lap number 22. A 3-car breakaway. Here comes 2. On farther back, it's side-by-side racing. But right now, a 5-car breakaway here in the front of the pack.
Yeah, Davenport couldn't take that run, or he couldn't take that run earlier. He just had too much of a lead on the 4th-place car landing there. So we'll see if they try to make a move here on the last, or not last lap, but coming to stage. I think they'll ride for a minute there, and we'll see what happens. But we got Malik's joined that 5-car breakaway now, so actually backing off.
Yeah, so. It's crazy. It's interesting to see how spread out this pack has gotten in just a couple laps. I mean, I expected some side-by-side racing, maybe some 3-wide racing. And you got a 4-car breakaway and then a 3-car breakaway that's chasing them down. Then you got another car breakaway. I mean, all these guys, you used to see them on these restarts sticking together here. We'll see if any of these could generate a run. It looks like Malik Ray right now is generating that run, and he's getting the toe off of the 62 of Veliky. Right now, Eberhardt in the 9. Yep, there they go. There goes Landon Veliky to the outside of Mike Davenport, and he's got a rear view mirror full of, Malik Ray, but he's going to go back to the bottom. Malik Ray now has Steven Miles and Kyler Wynn. And that was an interesting move there by Veliky. Wow, Mike Davenport's going to go to the top. And we'll see. Nope, they're going to split him now as well. And they're going to leave him right out to dry. And that is just unfortunate for Davenport. Hopefully he can get back in line. No help to him. All these cars on the bottom of the racetrack. Daniel Eberhardt, the 3rd man, he is loose coming off the corner. Malik Ray right now aggressive on the back bumper of the 90.
Yeah, we know. I mean, Malik's a pro in the Coke Series for a reason. He backed up to get with his teammates. I think Steven Miles is actually working with those guys. He backed up to hook up with Miles and Kyler, and then they're talking all kind of smack. I think that Malik just tried to fake him there, but Malik's going for that $30. So it was crazy. He backed off just to get with those guys, and then they made a killer run. So there's a reason he's a pro. He knows what he's doing here. Well,
we try not to be biased here on the broadcast, but we love to pull for the underdogs.
Man, we got Davenport coming back.
Oh God, a hellacious block there from Ray, but he's going to go back up. Davenport he's going to have to just sit here still. He's fine. He's going to hug that yellow line. He's got a professional behind him in Daniel Falkingham. Falkingham's not going to make a move unless it's there. Caution out. That is your stage.
Man. Yeah, that was not supposed to happen.
Yeah, I didn't think so. That's why I was not getting ready to call the stage there. I was thinking it was going to be 25 coming to 26. And unfortunate there for Davenport. He was going to have a shot at that stage right there. But we'll let Ron Morris Jr., he's going to be heading back up there, call this race a second here before he's back us in the booth. I'm not sure. He might have made a mistake. He'll let us know. It happens before it happens. For us broadcasters, race controllers, we're not perfect. We try to be the best we can. And Ron Morris Jr. pulling double duty. Might have got a little bit confused there with the stage. And, man, I was hoping to watch that, play out, because that was going to be one heck of an end there.
We're going to do a green-white checker for the stage because that was my mistake.
Well, there we have it. We are going to stay under yellow, and we are going to do a green-white checkered for the stage. And we'll see if anyone came to pit road there. Sometimes you have some people come to pit road. We're not sure if Ron is going to have pit road open or not here. Kenny McCullough Jr. is probably waiting for word. The pit road is closed. You see the red lights there. They're kind of waiting. And yeah, there's
going to be a caution. We're going to do green white checker. We're going to throw another caution. So
yeah, so here comes Lee, here comes Josh and Kenny McCullough and Joe Horta. So these guys are just going to take their service now. They're most likely not going to take their service after the green white checkers. So it's kind of like real life NASCAR right now with these stages. You're going to have the guys in the back coming down here. They're going to take some tires. They're going to take some Sunoco racing fuel. They'll have a little bit less fuel when we go back green, but that should not be a huge factor into this race by any means, especially once you get a yellow. Malik Ray is going to be your leader still. And Steven Miles is going to be in second. Mike Davenport third. Kyler Wynn in fourth. Daniel Falkingham, when we go back green, in fifth. So they will race it out. We'll get to see some more racing here for the stage. Second caution of the night. That one was an accident there for the stage break, as we are now here on the backstretch. We're going to take a quick break here on the PGR eSports Network. Back here live on the PGR eSports Network. We are going to have a green-white checkered finish for the stage break tonight. We had an accidental caution there, and we are going to still settle the score for tonight's stage. Malik Ray, Steven Miles here out front. Miles, your winner, we said earlier, in the PGR Light Series last night. Davenport, he's hungry there in the 55. Kyler Wynn is hooked up with his teammate Malik Ray. Falkingham, Veliky, Brock Westmoreland, and Wyatt Gray also here lurking. And it's only going to be 5 drivers getting some valuable points here towards the postseason. So we'll see how aggressive these drivers get. We had a lot of guys in the back of the pack come down, take their service. You will not see them pitting when that caution flies for the stage. So 2 cautions tonight, one for a wreck, one for the accidental stage. We'll have one here in a couple laps as the pace car dips down back onto pit lane. The 24 in the Sim 500 Camaro, and Malik Gray in that one car. He is side by side here in the tri-oval at Talladega Superspeedway. The crowd is back on their feet. We are back green here at Talladega. The 62 into the back of the 82. They're already racing hard as the one gets out to a really good start here. He's clear to the bottom. Will he take it? He does. That's going to bury Davenport, unfortunately. But that's going to open up the door for the 62 on the high side now with a strong push from the 18. Malik Ray, Kyler Wynn in control, but they have a hard charging Landon Veliky.
Yeah, we got Landon getting good push by Wyatt, and Wyatt getting pushed pretty hard on, and Malik goes up for the block. So Kyler gets hung out on the bottom on the low side. So let's see if Landon makes a move here with Wyatt.
Yeah, Davenport.
We got Davenport dropping low. If he gets any help, not going to get any help. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it looked like Falkingham wanted to try, but he just wasn't in position to get down there. He had to go back up. So, yeah, it's just, man, Malik Gray, he is driving super aggressive for this stage. I mean, some of these blocks, man, they are just on the razor's edge there of being almost a bad block, but he's making them work. Veliky, ooh, there goes Eberhard. Eberhard's going to get a huge run here. I don't think Malik can block that run. There goes Veliky. He is going to make a great move to the bottom of the racetrack. The one's going to need the 18 to get to him. He does, but Veliky right now with 3-car train here on the bottom, he is going to look like be able to control this. We'll see. Gray is pushing hard. He has 10.
Wow, that was a great move by Veliky. We're gonna have a drag race here to stage here.
Yeah, they're gonna get broken up, man. Wyatt Gray right now. If Malik, well, there goes Wyatt Gray. He's gonna go for it side by side, door banging with the one of Malik Gray, and the one of Malik Gray is your stage winner. What a race there to the finish. I believe it was Malik Gray.
Yeah, I'm gonna review it and make sure.
We will go right back. Why not? And they are door banging here.
Yeah, Malik's gonna get it. Wow.
Coming to the line. You'll see them cross the line here in just a second. And that was Malik Gray just edging out Wyatt Gray. Man, what a heck of a battle here. And there you can see them door banging right there. Wyatt Gray up into the one. The one doesn't flinch and just edges ahead of the 18. And, man, what a stage. Malik Gray, Wyatt Gray, Veliky, Eberhard, Falkingham. Believe Davenport in 6. He's going to be the one just missing out there. But, nonetheless, a good stage there for Davenport.
Yeah, what a great race there.
As we are back live, here is Malik Gray. He is your winner of the stage. So all these guys here in the lead, they're going to have to all come down for service.
Yeah, we'll see the strategy. I think even the guys that did pit will probably still come in, but they'll be able to take a lot less fuel.
Well, John Ward, he's going to stay out, and I believe he's going to be joined by Sean Corbett, so they're going to cycle up to the front. I knew there'd be some guys staying on out. It looks like we have somebody else as well, but John Ward now will cycle to the lead of this race. Him and Corbett, Chris Melton as well. Those 3 guys right now playing a little different strategy, and you know they'll hope for to have a decent run right here, but not get to a green flag stop and have a long enough run to where they can hold their position here in the top 10, maybe even the top 5. Get a caution after several laps and make it so everyone has to come down on the same strat. And we'll see if they made the right call here tonight. Lap 31 in the books of 70, getting close to that halfway point. 3 cautions tonight, 1 for a wreck, 1 accidental for the stage, and 1 for the stage. So far, pretty clean race. Some hard racing, especially up front for that stage. Malik Gray, the aggressor here tonight, pays off for that stage win. He will be the winner of $30. So he broke even already tonight and nothing to lose here the rest of the way for the Coke Series Pro. But John Ward, Sean Corbett, Chris Melton, they're going to roll the dice, as is Joe Horta, I believe. And it's going to be Wyatt Gray in 5th. He will be probably your first driver there with service, so with a full tank of fuel. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out tonight. But
yeah, the stage ones are big. They pay $30, but they also carry some points into the playoffs. So Malik knows he's a playoff driver, so those are points that you carry into the playoffs. So that's big. And I got to take ownership for that caution coming out. NASCAR does cautions. If they say caution on stage on lap 25, that means the beginning of lap 25. Always do the end for some reason. I may change that. So the program that I used, I set it up for it to come out on 25, and it came out at the beginning of 25. So I have to take ownership for that, but I think we did the right thing by racing it out. So rather than that being the caution, because most guys thought we had another lap to go. So that's what we did. Some like it and some don't.
Well, absolutely. You know, there's ways to earn points here on Tuesday night. If you are the pole position, if you win that pole, that is 1 bonus point. Stage first is 5 points. Stage second is 4. Stage third is 3. Stage fourth is 2. Stage fifth is 1. If you lead 1 or more laps, that's going to be another bonus point. If you lead the most, that's going to be 2. Fastest lap of the race, that's going to be 1. And the season end bonus, you start all the races, that's an additional 5. And this will be added after the last regular season race to determine top 16 drivers. Pre-playoff bonus is as follows. The lowest incident points, that is another 5 points. Playoff driver with the lowest average incident must have 12 starts. Highest incident is going to be minus 5 points. So the playoff driver with the highest average incidents must have 6 starts. So definitely a lot of wrinkles here on Tuesday nights. First place gets 40 points. Second gets 35. And it's going to count on down from there by 1. Once you get to 27, or excuse me, once you get into the mid-30s, you're going to start, shrinking down to about 1 point, for 36 on back. Tonight, I believe, a 27-ish car field. So the, last place going to still take home, I believe, 10 or 9 points. So winners advance to the playoffs as long as they have paid for 13 races and their charter. And all drivers in this field or running for the championship all get a drop week. So that is how that works. And tonight, this is the beginning of April. It is April 1st. A lot of April Fool's jokes here in the virtual world today, all over the internet. But no April Fools here. This is live on the PGR eSports Network. We are in the next gen at Talladega. Next week, we'll be in the trucks back at Daytona. But right now, we are going to go back green as the pace car is going to head off onto pit lane. This will be the second and final stage of the race. We're going to go all the way to lap 70. John Ward in the 92 going to lead him to green with Sean Corbett, the 45, to his outside. Green flag back in the air here at Talladega. It's Tuesday Night Thunder, race number 6 already, and some very big points on the line as we're going to start really separating the start, the points here as we get deeper into the season. John Ward right now and Corbett doing an excellent job with their strategy to make some moves here. Joe Horta as well, as he's getting pushed by the 75 of Seipel. And you have to expect those heavy hitters who had to come down pit lane, take their service, are definitely going to want to get back up front and avoid any chaos, as we see a lot more chaos sometimes, near the end of the race. Right now, it's all about trying to get to some green flag stops. And if we do, that's when it really counts. So we'll see how long and deep into this run we can go. Here comes the one of Joe Horta for the Jack Shack. He's going to lead this lap.
Yeah, Ward and them got out to a pretty good lead there. That's not usually a good thing. At these super speedways, you don't want to get out to a huge lead because usually that pack runs you down and passes by you pretty quickly. So, but they're able to get back in line and hang in there pretty tight. So, now we got a line 3 wide. Now we got Stephen Miles being pushed by Malik there on the inside, making a lot of ground there. Just 2 of them. So. Sometimes that middle line doesn't work very well. It's like the sucker hole, but looks like they're able to make some ground there on the middle line.
Well, points as they run after race number 5, Malik Ray, your point leader, and he's going to increase that point lead here already tonight with that stage win. Came into the race with 141 points. Behind him was Nathan Harper. I'm not even sure if Nathan Harper is in tonight's race. Yeah, so Nathan Harper going to definitely lose some position there. So Malik Ray with 141, back to Harper. He was minus 3 to that with 138. Daniel Falkingham came in at 3rd with 131 points, 10 behind the leader Ray. Garrett Maines with 130 points and 11 points behind. Nick Seipel, we talked about him, a great run so far in the early going. He is in 5th in points, as he is about 17 points behind Ray. Landon Velicky right now, he is in 6th with 121. Daniel Eberhardt with 119 points. Brock Westmoreland in 118. Matthew Baker who will unfortunately not have the rest of the way, is in 100 with 115 points, is in 8th. And Wyatt Gray right now rounding out your top 10 with 114 points. So got some big names up down the list. You got Kenny McCullough, Kyler Wynn. They're trying to get in the hunt, getting that top 10 as well. I believe 16 cars make the championship, though. But a lot of drivers here tonight, looking to really increase their point lead. Ethan Eckert, 24th. He is unfortunately sitting on the sidelines. That's an iRacing penalty. Nothing he can do. Can't be in these races. So I don't know. He's going to have to really try to figure out how he can make a comeback down the road here in this series. But right now, Kyler Wynn, he's making some moves to the front with Steven Miles right behind.
Yeah, speaking of Ethan, he's one of those guys that could come back. I'm not sure how long his suspension is, but he could come back, get a win. He's cashed enough that he can pay his entry fees for 13 races and still get in, because that's kind of the rule. But yeah, I mean, he's probably watching at home. I know it's driving him crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. He's a young buck. He's a kid. He means really well. Really good race car driver. I'm sure he wants to get back out here on the service, but he's going to have to take some time away, and hopefully he'll learn from some of those mistakes. And right now that middle lane is coming, led by the 18 of Wyatt Gray, lap 37 of 70 here in the books tonight. And we appreciate everyone here in the chat. Mark Person getting involved as well. It looks like Danelda Adams. We saw Baker's mom, Brian Hennings, a joke about last night and making sure all these guys do not pass under that yellow lane. A big penalty last night to him, and I believe it was David Flanagan there on the last lap with some EOLs, and that cost him some valuable points in the PGR Light Series. So one thing you do not want to do here at Talladega or Daytona, pass below that yellow line. And here comes Nick Seipel here to the outside with Chris Melton. And I'll tell you what, these guys, it doesn't seem like they want to make up their mind. They're in the top, then they're in the middle. They want to go back up. And nobody really playing nice here tonight. Everyone racing really hard and not giving an inch.
Yeah, they do a lot of jockeying on with these cars. I think it just has to do with the huge runs that you get. And some guys don't mind slamming into the guy in front of them, but some don't want to do that. And I think they just with that run, they that's why you see a lot of that jockeying, I think. But who knows? Now we got Brock coming to the outside, getting pushed by Malik. So let's see if Brock Westmoreland can get his way up there, and Malik backed off from him. So back to 2 wide.
Yeah, Brock Westmoreland here on the top, right behind his teammate. You see him here in the middle lane. I mean, these cars just dancing all around with these runs. These cars are a little bit different. And it's crazy because we ran the PGR 500 and all the lead-up races in the, next gen. And, a week later after the PGR 500, they go and change the cars completely. And, the runs aren't as fast and they don't come as quick as they were. And you got a one-car spin there. Not sure who that is. It looks like Trevor Astronaut, though. Yeah, it looks like Trevor. We're going to back this up really quick. We'll get back to that in a second.
Tough break for Trevor. I think that might have been his own teammate.
I'm not sure. It looked like I don't know if he blew his motor. Let's go back to that one more time.
Yeah, I can't go back and look at it because I don't want to watch the rest of his pack.
Here's Trev. I mean, it looks like smoke billows out from the back end. Yeah, it looks like a blown motor for Ashburnoff. And the Jack Shack driver, that might be his night, as he's going to have to tow on up to pit lane. And, yeah, bad luck there. That engine just gave way. But we were talking about the next-gen cars. They changed a lot when they had the update. And just feels a little bit slower. The runs don't come nearly as quick. Not as fun, but, it looks like these guys are generating some runs here at Talladega. A little bit more room as well than Daytona. Malik Ray from the back to the front now here in the middle. And, right now, really, Landon Velk and Malik Ray, the class of tonight's field.
Yeah, I get a little distracted here because I'm actually having to listen to driver chat and see what's going on. Maybe one of these nights we'll do a little unplugged, like you guys do sometimes with Roughneck Racing, so you guys can hear some of this chat that's going on. But it gets a little interesting sometimes, to say the least.
Well, absolutely. Hey, if we get another caution here tonight, there's a good chance maybe we go and do that.
Another wreck. Oh, that's gonna be a caution.
crash here on the track. Yellow flag out again. And it looks like it's going to be, looks like Joe Horta involved.
Matt Lee and Joe, yeah.
So caution is out. Man, Matt Lee, Joe Horta. Ooh, man, Horta into the wall. Man, Jack Shack right there in the last couple laps with Ashburnoff blowing the motor. Now Horta into the outside fence. And some front end damage there. Probably some wheel damage as well. You see those flaps go up on the car to keep it grounded. Joe Horta, though, into the outside fence hard. We'll run that back and try to get a better view from behind. Matt Lee, it looked like. And we'll go back a little bit farther. Here is the far chase. Here comes the 04 Matt Lee. No harm, no foul yet. He's going to look like, looks like he's going to go the outside of Horta. But, man, he's going to offset push right. Man.
Yeah, I got to put that on Joe. I mean, Matt had to run, and Joe kind of came up, so got to put that on Joe. It's just a warning.
So you heard it from race control. That's going to be a warning to the 1. Watching the replay here. Here comes the 04 Lee. Looks like Lee goes to push him. Gets into him. He's going to slide up the racetrack. Horta's going to kind of follow. Cut the nose off the 04. Go right into the wall. And you can see that damage right there. Ooh, it's going to almost like pop back in. So crazy netcode here so far tonight. And Joe Horta to pit lane, as well as probably Matt Lee here, along with the rest of the field. We'll take Sunoco race fuel and maybe some left side tires. If not, probably just fuel only. As everyone now down pit lane.
Yeah, I think Matt just had a run there, and Joe just kind of came up, not really to block the run, but
great comment here in the chat tonight from Nathan Harper. Name a more iconic duo than Trev and blowing an engine. So, man, we are always getting some really good comments from these guys here in the chat, and that is one of the better ones you will see. Matt Lee there still on pit lane. And I'll tell you what, those guys like John Ward, those guys that, pit before that stage break tonight, man, and if they were able to hold their track position like John did, man, now he's right on par with fuel with these guys, and John Ward's sitting pretty up here in second. So that gamble did pay off for Ward, as it did for Chris Melton. And I love the call. I mean, I've made that call myself before, and you kind of flip the script, and more times than not, you get that caution, and kind of brings everyone down pit lane at the same time. So,
yeah, it's a gutsy move sometimes because the caution doesn't come out, and then those two drivers have to pit before everybody else, and you're kind of screwed. But yeah, it paid off for them. So, kudos, good, nice decision. A little bit of a gamble, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we have a quick second. We will take another quick race break here tonight. We'll join you back here just a few minutes on the PGR eSports Network. Back here live at Talladega Superspeedway. Joe Seipel watching. I believe that would be his son here in the race. Asking about the postseason point standings. Yes, there will be. The standings are always in the RMR Discord. We did go over those standings, but they will be on Sim Racer Hub as well. So we'll see if we can get that link out to you, Joe, or have Nick get that out to you. But yes, on simracerhub.com, there is. You could probably search RMR Tuesday Night Thunder and find Season 6, and you'll be able to look up that point standing all year long. It includes that drop week already. But right now, 26 laps to go here at Talladega, and Daniel Falkingham now is going to be your race leader there in the 39. John Ward will be in second, and Joe's son, Nick Seipel, that right there on the bottom in the 75 in third. On the top side, that's the 52 of Chris Melton. We talked about him earlier. Can he close? He's in position right now with 26 laps to go. He is in the front. Let's see if he can keep that train a-rolling and try to get that good finish he so covets. In the fifth position right now, that's going to be Dylan Jones there on the bottom in the 11, and his teammate above him in the 90. That is Daniel Eberhard. So pretty good race so far here tonight, and we will see who is going to have, we'll see. We'll see who has the best luck here, because right now some of these guys have had some bad luck a little bit here tonight, and we'll see if they can keep those 4 Goodyear tires on this racing surface and out of the wrecks here, as the pace car is going to drop down to pit road once again, side by side to the Tri-Oval and the Geico restart zone. We're off yet again here. Green flag here at Talladega. John Ward is going to nudge just ahead of the 39 of Falkingham. 2 by 2 down the Alabama gang super stretch we go. 3 wide. Now, I'll tell you what, Malik Ray, he could go from the back to the front really quick, especially when he has the help of his teammates. And right now he has Kyler Wynn to work with. Josh McCullough following them a little bit farther back in this pack. The McCulloughs haven't made too much noise tonight, but they are all working together, Chris, Josh, and Kenny. And it's probably not going to be too long, especially with Josh following these guys up through the field. Little bit wiggle there for Malik Ray and Brock Westmoreland, as we are 3 wide here tonight. And Brock Westmoreland getting doored by the 05. He is split in the middle. He's going to lose some spots. As the 7 of Jared Haynes, now no help to the middle. He's in that sucker hole. Man, action picking up. There goes the 82. Landon Velke's going to block that run. Man, Ron, this race has changed dramatically now. These guys getting super aggressive.
Oh yeah, they're throwing some haymakers out there, man. I'm always scared to throw those blocks when I got somebody coming with such a big run, but these guys don't mind doing it. So and there's some good drivers. Oh,
there goes Landon Velke, hard in the wall, man. I'll tell you what, he is not going to be happy. I could only imagine the race chat right now.
I'm gonna go back. Let's see what
Malik Ray pushing the 82. I'll tell you what, maybe though, Landon's going to kind of actually that might be on the 62. I don't think he's going to be mad there. He's going to come down, try to side draft off the 82 and 1, and ultimately some net code might turn him there.
That was net code. That was pretty bad net code
between
Malik's right front and Landon's.
Watch this far chase here. Here's Landon Velke. You know, we talk a lot about the net code, and, you know, sometimes it's forced net code, and, you know, the 82 and the 1 are holding their spot. Velke's just, but here comes, it's really no harm, no foul. They're all in their lanes, and as soon as the cars get close, there's the net code. And that's going to send the 62 around. He's going to try to save it, get into Seipel there. Man, he's going to shoot right up the racetrack. Oh, into Hastings. Kenny McCullough, some damage, but Landon Velke, man, he's going to have some left side damage there. Rear end damage as well. So he is off into the wall there. Hard on the brakes. You see the smoke, and those tires going to all have to be changed out here if he has any left. Landon Velke to pit lane, though. He is going to have to get that Chevrolet fixed up here tonight. Baker's mom said that was his fault.
Tough break there for Landon. He's been wanting to get a win here pretty bad. These cars are tough. We'll see. He may be able to go in and get some damage fixed and still be able to run. I've had some pretty good damage on these cars and been able to keep up. So we'll see what happens here. And who was that that stayed out?
Well, here comes Landon Velke. You can see the right end damage and the rear end damage for him. He's going to come into his pit stall, and he's going to count on these guys over the wall to get the job done here tonight and repair that Chevrolet to the best of their ability to see if he can get out there on the track and be fast enough to make his way back through the pack. He most likely, well, he will stay on the lead lap because he will take off before he were to lose a lap. Not sure if he'll be able to get all his damage fixed during this stop. He certainly will try.
Yeah, it looks like Matt Lee stayed out. I'm not sure what his strategy is. I don't know when he pitted last, but Matt Lee staying out and inheriting the lead here.
Yeah, Matt Lee in the lead now here from Clinton, Maine. We'll see if Matt Lee possibly made a move. We're not sure to pit lane or not. But Matt Lee being scored as your race leader. And we'll see if somehow, some way, Matt Lee can keep that 04 here up front with his strategy.
He was involved in that wreck a little bit ago, so I don't know how much damage he has. His car doesn't look too bad, so we'll see.
Well, while we have a minute, we'll see if we can pop up those point standings that we went over with a little bit before so our viewers can see. It is season number 6. We're going to find season number 6 points right here.
Yep, I posted for those of y'all out there watching on YouTube, I posted the link in the YouTube chat, and those points do not have a drop week. I have to go in there and manually put in a drop week right now. I'll start adding a drop week once we get over halfway through the season. So, but that link will take you right to the points.
Yeah, I'm looking at the point standings in the Discord. It says above standings are with the drops. I'm not sure if.
Well, I did them. I did them both with and without. So yes,
okay.
Those do have the drop. But if you go to the link in Sim Racer Hub, the drop week is not in there. I usually don't put a drop week in until we get, over halfway through the season, because it's more accurate that way.
Well, right now, 21 laps to go. We're going to have 20 to go when we go back green. It's been a long night with some of these cautions, and we'll see if we can, I don't know, I think we'd have one more green flag stop if we were to run this one out. Because, it looked like, the first run of the night, I believe they were pitting a little bit before lap 20, so I do not believe they can make it to the end here on green or during green. So this race will get very interesting if we have a long run here, and in fact we need to come down for service during a green flag stop, because that will be the money stop, and that will definitely dictate how the end of this race plays out. So it's shaping up to be a one-stop race. It's just going to depend now, when or if that caution falls. Daniel Falkingham and Matt Lee are going to lead us to green here when we come back around to the front stretch here at Talladega. Chris Melton, man, I don't want to jinx him, but here he is, still up front in the top 5, putting together a really strong race, and that Ford Mustang is clean. Mike Davenport now, he battled very hard in that stage here. He is as well in the top 10, as is Dylan Jones. Sean Corbett as well with that pit call earlier. And at 45 staying up front, Kyler Wynn, Stephen Miles, Malik Ray, and even Chris McCullough now trying to inch his way into the top 10 for the first time tonight.
But yeah, Michael, you're right. About lap 18 was when pit stops were. So we could possibly have a little bit of a so I don't think we can stretch 2 extra laps, so we'll see.
Well, right now, back here in the Tri-Oval and the Geico restart zone, green flag back into the air. Matt Lee out front here getting a great push by the 92 of John Ward and Dega Pros. They're going to double clear to the bottom of the track. We've seen a lot of double clears here tonight, and those guys a great job there on the restart. And we have just, man, it's just not really side by side on these restarts like you're used to seeing. These guys doing an excellent job of, getting these starts and, kind of checking out from the field and letting the field come back to them. As right now we have a 6-car train here on the bottom, all the way back to Dylan Jones, then Kyler Wynn leading that next little contingent. And we'll see what those guys do. They're going to suck up on the rear of Dylan Jones and see if they can catapult themselves right around. There they go, right to the middle. And those 3 guys locked and loaded, ready to go to the front. Kyler Wynn, Malik Ray, and Steven Miles.
Yeah, I think those 3 guys working together. They've been stuck together all race, but they're getting a monster run on the outside. I'm probably going to see at least 2 of them clear, probably all 3 of them before they come down. They're all 3 clear, so they'll be dropping down. And they're going to try to get a little bit of a lead on them before they come down, because they don't want to pull them with them. So, real smart move right there by those 3. But we're going to see a surge come back from the rest of these guys, and here they come now. So look for Matt Lee to probably jump up with Ward to push him on the outside here when that run comes.
Yeah, I mean, an excellent job there. I mean, when you get those 3 guys linked up together, they're going to be very hard to beat. It's when you kind of get them, a couple positions from one another and spread them out just a little bit, and they're, trying to get back together. That's when, things could go south, and they have to get a little bit more aggressive. But, when they can make moves like that and self-clear the 3 of them all together, I mean, that is teamwork to a T, as they now control this field out front with 18 laps to go. And you really see right now, these guys all know there's only 1 stop left to go. And, you might have some guys short pitting, they're going to be in that window here shortly within the next couple laps. And, you might want to come down if you have a big enough team or some communication there and take less fuel. So, that's an option. The longer you stay out there, you're still probably not taking that much fuel, but you could come get your splash now, get back on that racetrack, and then if caution does come out for any reason later in the race, you don't have to come back down pit lane. So, still some strategy left in this race, but most likely if you see those guys start coming down, everyone's gonna most likely fall, because you definitely do not want to be staying out on that racetrack when a caution were to fly, because that's going to cycle you to the very back. So I'm always a firm believer, hey, I got a group of 3, 4, maybe even 5. Let's go and take our service as soon as we are in that window, and we can make it, a couple green-white checkers and roll the dice there. But we'll see how long these guys go and wait. But right now, I mean, with this single file, that I believe that's where they're going to head towards, is pitting here early in this run.
Yeah, it could work anytime they're in the window now, so we could see that, or we could have some back there trying to save fuel, because you can save some fuel in these cars. Throttle off time. I mean, if you get those runs, and you can be all the way off the throttle and still keeping up. So we may see a couple guys back here trying to save fuel. So this could get interesting with a little bit of strategy here for this end of this race here.
Yeah, there goes Gray Seipel. Yeah, Gray Seipel. It looks like Landon Velke and Brock Westerman. So, hey, they're like, hey, we're going to ride single up. No, we're not. We're going to go double file yet again. 16 laps to go, 15 to go when we hit the line. And like you said, Ron, we could have some guys saving fuel back here. Brock Westmoreland, possibly Jared Haynes. But it's going to be tough. I don't think you're going to be able to stretch it without some cautions. One guy not really able to save fuel right now, that's the 82 of Kyler Wynn. So right now he's the Pied Piper leading this field around Talladega. So, he knows he's going to have to pit. So it's really just going to be dependent here on, the fuel cells. But I don't believe that anyone's going to be able to make it without a couple cautions, and even that would be a gamble. I think if you get a caution here soon, you're going to see all these cars come down for that Sunoco race fuel. But, we're going to stay glued here to the front of this pack, because I think at any point in time you're going to see some of these drivers come down to pit lane and try to, really stir up the pot and change that strategy game here tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking at lap times and yeah, they're not saving. So, Josh McCullough just ran the fast lap of the race at 47.852. So, that's gonna be the fast lap of the race right now. So that'll get them a bonus point if that holds up. But yeah, I don't think they're doing any saving right now. So we'll see some pits soon. They may just try to split it in half. So they had about 20 laps. So I'm guessing about lap 60. Let's see what happens.
Well, you heard it there. That is Ron's guess here tonight. And we know, they were able to go about 18 laps earlier. And, it's going to be close. But I think right now, the way they're racing, we're not going to be able to get there. So right now, if you want to look at this field, starting with your leader, Daniel Eberhardt, we're going to go back here in this pack just a little bit, all the way to Josh McCullough. So right now, it's an 18-car race. 18-car race. All the caboose right there is the 05 of Josh McCullough. You're going to have to go back then to Daniel Eberhardt. He is leading a pack with Kenny McCullough Jr. That's going to be James Wagner, I believe, as well as the 59, Mark Vondell. Joe Hort, I'm not sure if he's on the lead lap or not. Hunter Hastings, he is on pit lane, so is Trevor Ashmanoff and Jeff Merck. So 23 cars have a shot here tonight, but right now, like we said, it's going to cut off here in the front with Josh McCullough, as he is the 18th and final car in this main pack. So McCullough, Veliky, Job, he is getting the action as well in the 760. Another guy with a lot of bad luck lately. We'll see if he could overcome that and try to make some noise here. Chris Melton's going to fade just a little bit back to the 8th position. But Chris Melton really doing a good job. I hope he can capitalize. You see all these guys single file, and that's how it's going to be until we get to those green flag stops.
Yeah, Joe is a lap down. So, but yeah, that group back there is praying for a caution, because I think that's the only way those guys are going to get back into contention here tonight. So those guys are hoping for a caution, sure. But,
want a big thanks to Baker's mom here tonight. A great super chat. We appreciate it. Appreciate your support even when your son's not out here racing on a Tuesday night. We had him actually in race control tower last night with Kyler Wynn, doing a good job over there on the PGR eSports side for the Light Series. Was able to talk with him just a few minutes before he hit bedtime. I believe it's a 7 or 8 hour difference in Bahrain, so it's late, real early into the morning. I think he's working the night shifts over there, so he goes to bed early in the morning, his hours over there. But still nice to see him in the tower last night over in the Discord. But 39 right now. Daniel Falkingham logging laps, and here they go. Here they go on to pit lane.
About half the field.
Daniel Falkingham. Ooh, wow, Malik Ray heavy on the brakes. We'll have Corbett in the grass just a little bit. But Malik Ray, man, we'll see if he avoided penalty or not there. But Malik Ray was hard on the brakes there. Coming down pit lane, man. He's going through a lot of stalls.
Looks like he avoided it, so.
And we'll see of these drivers who is going to lead off pit lane. It'll probably be Daniel Falkingham. He's been the quickest all night. Man, look at Malik Ray. Shot out of a cannon there.
Wow.
And right now, let's go back up to, lead Job. Job leading this second pack. We'll see what these guys do. Are they going to come in now, or are they going to wait a little bit longer? We'll see. Job's going to peel off, and everyone else coming down pit lane. I knew it was coming soon. Wow, Kenny McCullough, I believe, or maybe Josh, heavy on, Nick Seipel as well. You see a lot of smoke. But great entry there for Brock Westmoreland and John Ward, as well as Mike Davenport. And we'll see what these guys can do here and how they all cycle through. We'll see if there's any break in this pack with 10 laps to go. Daniel Eberhardt still on the track. Tell you what, Eberhardt right now and the one of Joe Horta just going to stay out on this track and take a little bit gamble to try to get some track position back. I appreciate it, man. Dang, Brandon Batons is in the chat, and he sent a super chat as well. And we're going to celebrate their first super chat on a live stream. We appreciate it from Brandon. Much love to everybody, man, in the community. And here is the race for the lead. They're coming off pit lane. They're going to cycle into the backstretch now. They're going to be a little bit slower as Kyler Wynn all the way out there with Malik Ray. And back here to John Ward in 7th. He was the fastest in that second group. Brock Westman Lee is still involved. Nick Seipel's there. Heath Job, he has a shot tonight. He finally was able to get on pit road. I've seen him get wrecked quite a few times on pit lane in the last month or two. And I'll tell you what, he's probably happy to get through unscathed. Daniel Eberhardt, your race leader, but that's not going to be for long.
Well, he's hoping to get a caution here. Matt Lee and John Ward went to the back. They were on the outside. Well, it's like Kenny's back with the pack now. Did he pit? No, that's Josh. I'm sorry. Josh.
Yeah, Wyatt Gray now to the lead here at Talladega. And I'll tell you what, here comes Chris McCullough. We have not talked about him much, but I'll tell you what, he ramps up the intensity at the ends of these races. 8 laps to go. Here comes the 94 of Chris McCullough. Almost here to the lead as he's gonna go for it. And he does. Wow, Wyatt Gray gets split out. Ooh, there goes Kyler Wynn. Big wreck. Man. Big wreck here. Chris McCullough in it. Kyler Wynn involved. And that changes everything. And I'll tell you what, Daniel Eberhardt III, man, you know what? He might have got lucky there. I think he was on pit road when the caution flew. And that's actually going to save him some track position. That gets Eberhardt back in this race. Malik Ray's going to be your leader. Brock Westmoreland's going to be second. As we're going to go back to the cause of this caution. And another late yellow here on Tuesday night. Man, it got interesting there.
Yeah, this is going to take some studying here.
Yeah, man.
Brock's pushing Malik. Malik gets into Kyler's right rear. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to call this one a racing incident.
Yeah, let's ride along here with Brock Westmoreland and see if we can get here on that rear chase, that far chase. Slow this down. Malik's going to go and block. Hey, Malik kind of overshoots the block, gets pushed by Brock, and Malik gets, a little loose there. Brock comes back to push. He does push square. Malik's going to turn down into the 82. That's a tough call. That is a lot of racing action there, and it could go a couple different ways there. We'll show it to our viewers one more time in slow motion. There goes the one. He's going to throw a block on the 4. You see him overshoot it ever so slightly, and that's what's kind of going to start getting them all out of sorts just a little bit. But a big wreck here in the final 10 laps of this race. Kyler Wynn into Chris McCullough. They're going to get the worst of it. And Chris's root flap's going to save him, but here comes Dylan Jones. Doesn't look like too bad a damage there for the 94. Nonetheless, we're going to go back up front. We're still waiting word from Ron Moritz Jr. on any calls there here. And I'm sure he's spending some valuable time on that one. 6 laps to go. We are getting closer and closer to the end of this one. Ooh, Matt Baker joined the race chat there on the YouTube channel. We were just talking about him. His mom, very supportive of PGR eSports here tonight, and Brandon Bateman as well.
Yeah, I'm going to call that a racing incident. But yeah, that's one of those that could have kind of went a couple different ways. But yeah, like you said, Malik goes up the block. Brock kind of gets in the back of him a little bit offset. He's getting pushed by Dylan. There wasn't much anybody could do there. It's just a racing incident.
Racing incident there with 6 laps to go now under caution. And we will actually have 4 laps to go when we go back green. And Baker saying hi back to you, Ron. Hello, everyone from Baker. And, yeah, well, he came at the right time. We are nearing the end of this race. And we'll see if we're going to have another top driver go to victory lane, or if one of these guys, like a Melton or Westmoreland, a Seipel, Heath Job now in the mix in 7th, Jared Haynes in 8th. Are they going to break through? I mean, they're hungry guys, Ron. I mean, that's the thing. They're hungry. They're going to get on that wheel. They're going to be aggressive, as they should be. But do they have what it takes to get by Daniel Falkingham, Malik Ray, Stephen Miles? I mean, Stephen Miles, how many races has he won here in the last couple months? I mean, you know, he's won practically everything but a PGR Thursday night. So I'll tell you what, it's going to be a good finish with these hungry drivers here up front. It's going to be, hopefully, we'll be able to go green and see this one through. But 4 laps to go when we get back around here, Ron. What are you looking for here at the end?
Yeah, I think we're going to finish this one out in the green. But we got Malik and Steven up there on the high side teamed up. They're teammates, or they're working together. Brock's getting pushed by Falkingham, which is good. You know he's going to get a good push from Falkingham. So, you know, Nick's up there on the outside. Man, I think we're gonna get to see this one go in the green. But I hope so anyway. But I mean, anybody can win this. I mean, going back to Ward back there, Davenport, Matt Lee, you know, Eberhardt's back there. I don't think anybody's out of this race yet that's doing a lead lap.
Yeah, no one's out of this race right now. We saw Daniel Eberhardt III get back in this race with that caution on pit lane when that caution flew. And I honestly think that saved him quite a bit of track position, because right now he's tracking around the 14th, 15th spot. And he's got some really good drivers around him in Matt Lee, Landon Velicky. I mean, those guys, Kyler Wynn as well. So you know they're going to make a charge. I mean, this is still anyone's race right now. Malik Ray was your stage winner here tonight, and a great end of that stage it was. And we'll see if he can continue that aggression and get to victory lane here tonight. But Brock Westmoreland here on the bottom for Team PGR. He is hungry. Is he going to get a push, though, that he needs from Daniel Falkingham? We will see, as the pace car is going to dive off onto pit lane again. Could this be the last restart of the night? Tuesday Night Thunder, and it is going to be a lot of thunder here on the track of Talladega. Here into the tri-oval we go, into the Geico restart zone. The one going to lead him to green, back in the air here at Talladega.
We're going to get a pretty good side-by-side start on this one. I thought maybe Falkingham. Oh, man. Brock's getting hung out on the inside by himself. And then we go. Well, we're not going to finish on the green.
Big wreck there. It looks like, ooh, wow, big wreck. It's Jared Haynes, Mike Davenport, John Ward, wow, James Wagner. And that looks like it started with Brock Westmoreland. But a big wreck here at Talladega. That's going to put us into NASCAR overtime tonight. And we'll take you back to the cause of this caution. Wow, what a wreck there. Looks like Daniel Falkingham had to enter pit lane. So while he can get that cleared, he might be going to the back of this pack. That looks like it was the last wreck right there. So let's get back up here to the wreck that just happened. So never mind that one. We're gonna go back to this one here, and we're gonna watch the 4 car because Brock Westmoreland gets hung out to dry. Let's actually go back farther, and we've seen that all night. You know, some of these guys that they've been around. I mean, these guys are proven drivers, and unfortunately, you know, some of these pros and stuff, they just don't seem to want to push, you know, these guys. And you really wish you could see Falkingham there stay behind the 4. And maybe there was a reason why he didn't. But, you know, there, yeah, he saw an opening there. He took it. Brock's trying to come up. And we'll get a chopper cam here. Yeah, Brock's trying to come up. And you know, he might have had his shot. He didn't take it. Falkingham had it here, and Seipel's up there pushing hard on Miles. And there looks like there's an opening a little bit farther back coming up between Melton and Ward. But Brock's going to come up, and I think he's going to get into the 7 of Jared Haynes. Yeah, right there. I'm not sure what he was looking at there. Brock Westmoreland, I mean, he's going to come right up into the 7 of Jared Haynes. And, man, that is going to be a tough break for Jared Haynes. And look at that. Mark Von Del Velke had nowhere to go. Davenport as well. Here comes the 03 of Kenny McCullough. Calamity back here. I have Davenport heavy damage. Man, he was having a really good night as well. But it looks like that one's going to probably be on Brock Westermelin. And, man, he restarted second and just nothing to show for it now tonight.
Yeah, I got to put that one on Brock. Man, what a tough look. What a tough break, man. And Brock was just trying to find a place to get back in line. I don't know that he even knew that Jared was up there. You know, a lot of chatter here about that, but it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, that is what it is. It was a mistake there by the 4, but it happens. Mistakes are made, but it's going to put us in, like we said, to NASCAR overtime here at Talladega. And we will roll the dice and try and attempt at a green-white checker. There will be 3 attempts if we need them. Hopefully we do not. We're able to go green here on the first one and get to that white flag. If we do get to the white flag here tonight on the first green-white checker, that will be an official race. And if the caution does fly, that will end tonight's race, and it will be scored, I believe, around on iRacing, unless you do a video review there. But that will we'll definitely see how this is all going to play out here tonight. Mark Person in the chat, Infinite Frost as well. Brandon, we appreciate your kind donation here as well tonight, along with Baker's mom, Matthew Baker, in the chat as well, trying to watch the end of this race before he goes to bed here tonight. But, yeah, man, Ron, it's been a good race. A little up and down here with some cautions here tonight. Doesn't look like too much egregious stuff here, but nonetheless, had some yellows. That will happen as this racing seems to ebb and flow. But one mainstay tonight has been that one car. He's been up front all night long.
Oh, yeah. You know, he's going to be there. Yeah, I got a little bit of chatter going on here where guys talking about wanting to take a vote, you know, to do away with the warning call. So I typically do a warning. And the reason I do that is I have been in the money in these races before and had a call made on me and went back and looked at it. It wasn't my fault. Even the race director admitted that he messed up. I don't want to be that guy. I make mistakes. So that's why I give a warning. It's kind of like a free pass for myself, too, you know, to not throw anybody. Unless it's really egregious. I mean, you know, Brock didn't do anything egregious yet. You know, he was looking for a place in line. So they're mad because Brock's still up there.
Yeah, you know, we talk about this all the time. I mean, you can't win being a race control. I mean, I've been in your position numerous times, and obviously we have some strict rules over at PGR, but, you know, it's one of those things. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't, Ron. I mean, you give the warning. That's what they want, or, you know, that's what you do. They don't like it. Then you go and take it away with the vote, and then you go and EOL someone late in a race like this, and then they're mad at you. So it's like you can't win. That's just how this is. You know, it's hard too. You know, you want to call the egregious ones. I mean, that one obviously definitely on Brock Westermelin, but you know, you're following your rules, and that's all that you can do. Those are the rules that you set forth. So, you know, race control and the rules we set forth in these money promotions, you know, it opens up a can of worms no matter which way you look at it. And you know, the stricter you get on the rules and you got to make calls, the more drivers you're going to have mad at you. Then you soften them up a little bit, they're going to be mad at you. You know, there's really, unfortunately, no right or wrong. But, you know, you're doing your best. It is what it is. And, hey, we're going back green here. And there's going to be 2 laps to go. And it's going to be a shootout here for tonight's race win. Malik Ray side by side with Stephen Miles. Nick Seipel there in the 75. He's hungry. Falkingham on the top. In 5th, it's Melton. We've talked about him all night long. Let's see if Chris Melton can do it here tonight. Back green here at Talladega. Malik Ray going to clear on to the top side here. That's going to open up the door for Seipel. He's getting a strong push from the 52 of Melton, but there's a strong surge on the top. Ooh, bottoms. Ooh, Heath Job getting a little bit loose. Here comes the top. And I'll tell you what, those three guys are going to be hard to beat if they self-clear over around Nick Seipel. We'll see how it's all going to shape out. Entering turn number 3 here. Malik Ray's clear. Will he take it? He does not. Yes, he does. He's going to take it. That's going to open up the door for him and Steven Miles. He's going to go back up. Seipel now on the bottom.
That inside lane is getting some really good pushing now. With D3 is giving a killer push, but they're going to lose it now. So.
White flag in the air here at Talladega. Malik Ray, he was your stage winner. He's now going for the race win here tonight. Oh, wow, he's going to block Falkingham. It's not the move to make. And he goes back up. Seipel now pushing Falkingham hard. Seipel's got a shot at this thing. I'll tell you that right now. Here comes Melton in a cash spot right now. Job's going to go with him. That's going to hang Miles out. Seipel's going to block Ray. Seipel now has the shot. Here goes Ray to the bottom. He's going to turn Seipel. Oh, my God. And Malik Ray's going to get through it after all that. Wow, unbelievable. And here it is. 2 Coke Series pros to the finish line all by themselves. And Malik Ray, I don't know if he's going to be able to get to him. He is not. Daniel Falkingham, your winner. And, man, just heartbreak for some of these guys like Westmoreland and Davenport and Heath Job, guys that were right there. And, you know, this race isn't official. We'll let Ron Morris go and do his thing. Your race winner tonight, Daniel Falkingham in the 39. Malik Ray unofficially in second. Brock Westmoreland in third. A good run nonetheless for him. Dylan Jones in fourth. And Mike Davenport, a great night, even though that 55 machine looked a little beat up, is currently in fifth. So we'll let Ron Morris go real quick. He's going to have to go review that last lap, make sure everything is all good. In the meantime, we're going to take you back. Wow, Chris Melton, man. Again, it's just never ending for Melton, man. And I don't know if it was his fault or someone else's, but it's just, one thing after the next for Chris Melton. And you got to really feel for him as he put together a really solid race here tonight. We're going to go back to that incident here and slow this one down. There's Seipel. Here's Malik Ray. They're not touching yet. Malik Ray, he's going to make an aggressive move, which, you know what? Malik Ray was very clear. Malik Ray made a really good move, and I think it was probably Nick Seipel there that tried to block late.
Nothing's going to change on positions there.
Nope, Malik Ray made a clean block. Plenty clear to come down. Nick Seipel, if anything, that would have gone to him because he's going to kind of follow Malik Ray down, and he's going for the race win, so completely understood. But that's ultimately what's going to get him turned. And there you see just Melton in that spot, and it just gets taken away from him, and you got to feel for Chris Melton here tonight. But Malik Ray, a really good move there. We'll watch it again. I mean, a great move for Malik Ray to go win this race. And I don't think he was expecting Seipel to, come back down there and try to make that block on him. Because if you watch Malik Ray right there, he's got him beat. He took his left rear. He had him. And Seipel just, he really no mistake. I mean, this is a racing. Last lap, Talladega. It's just unfortunate for the guys behind, like Heath Job and Chris Melton. But, Falkingham's able to squirt through. Malik Ray just didn't have a big enough surge to catch him. And Daniel Falkingham going to be your race winner here tonight. And we're going to get these guys up here in the booth. We're waiting on Brock Westmoreland. But it looks like we might have him. So we're going to bring him right up while we can. Brock Westmoreland, you got a copy?
Yeah, man, you got me.
We got you. Well, hey, man, a podium. I'm sure you were happy with that. I heard, though, the little incident there with Jared Haynes. Obviously, I'm sure it wasn't intentional. You came up the racetrack there trying to get back in line. You were hung out to dry, unfortunately, when you restarted second a couple restarts ago. But, luckily for you, a warning call. That is the rules here in RMR. And, you're able to hold your spot up front and, did a really good job there on the green-white checkered and able to bring your 4-train Chevrolet to a podium position here tonight. How's it feel?
Yeah, it feels okay. Yeah, I just apologize to everybody on that one where I got into Jared there. I just misjudged kind of tried to just get up close to him there, anticipating the hole he had behind him, and I just went up just a hair too far. A couple of them were saying some shit about me causing 2 or 3 accidents tonight, and I had to go back and look at it, but I think that's the only thing that I really caused. I don't know what else they're talking about, but don't really care. Sorry about all the ones on that one, but all the other ones I don't think I had much to do with. I'll go back and look at it though.
Hey man, it's hard to stop a train. So at some
That's
point
right.
you can't apologize too much. You've been on the other end of this how many times, and including a lot of us that do this night in, night out. So, you make your mistakes, you apologize, you move on, and you come back and you're able to get the job done tonight. A really good points night, a good night, to fund that funny money account and, keep the train a rolling, man. And, it's not like you weren't up there. You're up there all night long fighting, and you guys got to be aggressive, especially Team PGR. You're fighting some eNASCAR pros up there and guys that are making really aggressive blocks, from the start through the middle all the way to the end of the race. And, guys are holding your own, doing a really good job out there. And it's a testament to the amount of work you guys put in. But, before we let you go tonight, celebrate that podium finish. Anyone you want to thank or shout out?
Oh yeah, just teammates there at PGR, Mike and Nick tonight. Had a couple good runs there together. I think we lost one of us there at the end, but just want to thank them for working together. And we go back and watch some of this shit and make sure I'm in the clear on most of it. Move on.
Yeah. Hey, before you go, I do want to say that, a lot of these guys complain, and I get the same. I get the brunt of it. I get wrecked by people almost every time I run one of these races. But whenever I wreck somebody, it's like I did an egregious thing. So Brock, don't let them get you down, man. It is what it is.
Yeah.
First of all, you shouldn't have got hung out like you did.
Yeah.
They all went up. That's you on the bottom. You trying to find a way to get back up there, but good run, man. Don't let them get you down, man.
Yeah, I knew it was coming.
Be proud of it.
Yeah, shit, they don't bother me. I usually don't say shit on the radio so I can go back and look at shit, and
that's right.
I don't really worry about all the bullshit that they want to spew.
That's right.
Well, Brock, go celebrate that podium finish. Good job. We'll hopefully see you back here next week in RMR. Thank you for your time.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
That was your third place finisher, Brock Westmoreland in the train Chevrolet, as he keeps that train rolling. We're going to bring up your second place finisher tonight, your runner-up, and let Ron Morris Jr. take this one. It's the one, Malik Ray.
What's up, Malik? How you doing tonight?
How you doing, Ron? I'm doing pretty good, man.
Hey, man, you were up there all night, man, up there at the front. No big surprise. We know you know these cars well. We're watching some of those big, huge runs that you and Kyler and Steven were able to get. But just tell us a little bit about how the race went, how you thought it was. I know we had a few cautions, but it was pretty good race.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty solid race. I thought everybody did like a decent job of like driving with their head on straight and whatnot. And it was pretty like enjoyable. Like we had green flag stops and stuff, so I feel like it was a solid race.
Yeah, that's right. These cars are a little different, man. And a lot of you guys that run them a lot understand them a lot better than some of us guys that run trucks and Xfinity a lot. But they get huge runs, and if you're not used to that, it could cause problems. And I think that's kind of what we saw with some of the few things that we had tonight. But good job, man, keeping it up front. So anybody else you want to thank tonight, or any other comments you want to make?
I appreciate you guys putting on the series and whatnot, and the broadcast as well. I appreciate you guys, putting it on. Thank you guys. Oh, and good win to Dan, by the way.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you being here, man. Hope you have a good night.
Thank you, you too.
That was your runner-up finisher here tonight, Malik Ray of the eNASCAR Coke Series. And we're going to bring up your race winner tonight, another eNASCAR Coke Series driver. It's the PGR 500 champion of the year. It is Daniel Falkingham. You got a copy?
Yes, I got you.
All right, man. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm not around for every race during the week, but you had a hot streak for a very long time, and it seemed like lately you've been just scratching and clawing for a good finish with, just trying to avoid chaos. But tonight you finally do again. You get back to victory lane here in RMR on a Tuesday night. How does it feel, man? Just a relief here to get back to victory lane or what?
Yeah, it feels great, man. I think it's our second win over here on Tuesday night, so it feels good. But, yeah, like I said, we've been on a kind of up and down streak over the last, I'd say, month or so with a lot of it us running out of fuel, getting wrecked at the end of the race. Because, every time we're at the front, every single time at the end of these races, it seems like. But we just, so many unforeseen circumstances haven't gone my way. But, we had to go for a cooling down period, I guess, after a great, insane run we had at the start of the year and even end of last year, too. But hopefully, like I said, this is a turn of a new leaf, and we can get back on track, hopefully. But, nonetheless, we'll take the victories when we can get them, and looking forward to moving on to the next one.
Well, yeah, I mean, we race these throughout the week. We race in the Craftsman trucks, the Xfinity Series, sometimes Gen 6. We get out here in the next gen. I mean, is that something when you see those race flyers, this is the car you guys run on Tuesday nights. It's the one you're probably most used to, especially in this package. So is that kind of brighten the eyes a little bit more? Is this something that you think you have a little bit more of an advantage? Obviously you already do have an advantage, being the caliber driver you are. But when you're in this next gen, is that something that you think gives you a little bit even more of an edge up on some of the other drivers?
Yeah, it's a good question. I wouldn't necessarily say it gives me too much more of an advantage because, everyone that's in these races, across the whole week, they are so good. They do this all the time. They are so good at what they do. So I wouldn't say it necessarily gives me, that much of an advantage, but I will say, it does help me, learn, when I prepare for, the plate tracks going into, the Coke stuff, which has helped me a ton, especially when we had a good run at Daytona in the Coke race earlier this year. And then in, 3 weeks' time, we got Talladega coming up in a little bit. So races like this always help me try to stay sharp on my plate skills, especially when we get to the big races on Tuesday night with the Coke stuff and whatnot. But no, it's just so hard to have an advantage, especially in series like this where everyone knows what to do in every single car. You got people that work so well together, so it isn't too much difference because the field is just so tight with how well everyone races.
Well, yeah, I guess we're gonna we'll have to round up the crew for that Talladega race and try to cheer you and Malik and some of the others on that, race in these promotions. Maybe we'll do a little YouTube live channel that night and a little watch party for you guys because we're always cheering for you guys, especially in those plate races, being that we see you guys here night in, night out in these. But, great job here tonight. Glad you got off the schneid there just a little bit, and I'm sure you'll be back to victory lane sooner than later this time around. But, hey, before we let you go, Daniel, anyone you want to thank or shout out?
Yeah, just shout out Ron for putting this on. Shout out to everyone who comes out of races to come out and support what everyone does across the whole week. Means a lot to come over and run over here with y'all guys. Shout out to Youth Broadcasting. Shout out to, well, actually no one else because I really didn't have anyone to work with because Garrett wasn't here. Baker is off doing his military whatever services, so hopefully he's doing well. I saw him in the chat earlier, so hope Baker's doing well. But shout out to you guys again, broadcasting. Thanks to all the fans, everyone who watches the whole night, and shout out to Six Karma.
Well, you heard it there. The guy on top of the podium here tonight in Tuesday Night Thunder, that is Daniel Falkingham. And yep, top of the pylon here, Malik Ray in second here tonight. Ron, great interview with him. Brock Westmoreland's going to steal the show, though, as he is one of the underdogs here tonight, getting on that podium for Team PGR. Dylan Jones, as always, man, he is Mr. Reliable in fourth place here tonight. Mike Davenport, that's going to be 2 out of the top 5 for Team PGR as he comes in 5th place. Josh McCullough, Kenny McCullough, they're going to be in 6th and 7th. Nick Seipel, actually, man, Team PGR, 3 guys in the top 8 here tonight. Kyler Wynn in 9th. Mark Vondel, a great run for the McCullough Motorsports driver as he finishes with a top 10 here tonight. In 11th, it will be Christopher McCullough. Sean Corbett in 12th. We saw him up front for some of the night. And a heartbreak again for Chris Melt. Man, we were cheering for him up here in the booth. And he will come in that 13th spot. Heath Job bad luck. I mean, Melton and Job. It's Melton and Job, and these guys have been putting together some really good races. Whether they're in the light series, they're out here tonight racing versus the very best. I mean, these guys are, they're doing everything they can right now, not only to win, or to cash. They're doing everything they can to get a race win. And I think it's going to come from one of these guys soon. They're going to break through and get that big dub here soon. And one of these nights, we'll see Melton or Job up here in this booth talking to us. Daniel Eberhardt III, not the finish he wanted, 15th place here tonight. And Wyatt Gray will be 16th. 17th position, Stephen Miles. Matt Lee in 18th. Landon Velke, Nightmare Esports, finishes in 19th. James Wagner in 20th. Joe Horta in 21st. John Ward in 22nd. Jared Haynes, 23rd here tonight. Hunter Hastings, 24th. Trevor Ashmanoff had the blown motor earlier in the race, 25th. Jeff Merrick, man, he bowed out in the first couple laps of the race. Head on into the wall in 26th. Nathan Harper, Cody Eagles did not make the grid here tonight, so 26 driver field, and that is your race results here tonight. Well, before we go here tonight, Ron Morris Jr., anything else to add here at the end of this broadcast before we say goodnight?
Yeah, sorry to leave you hanging there. I was reading some texts I'm getting. A little bit of tempers flaring, but that's okay. That's what we expect. These guys are passionate. They got their heart in it, so we expect a little bit of that. But yeah, overall, I think it was a good race. Just the product of these Cup cars, a little bit different. So back to the trucks next week. I'm not even sure where we're at, but I can find out. But anyway, we're back to the trucks next week, so we'll probably see a little bit cleaner race, hopefully. Although this one wasn't too bad, but yeah, I enjoyed it, man. But just like you said, man, these guys that are trying to cash, I'm one of those guys. So we'll get them up here. We'll have one of those guys in here for a win soon. And when they do, it's going to mean a lot to them. So yeah, man, I enjoyed it. It was a fun broadcast. So look forward to doing it again next week.
Absolutely. Enjoy calling these races every Tuesday night with you, Ron. It's been a joy up here in the booth. Look forward to Tuesday nights as always. I believe you're right. We will be in the trucks here next week as season number 6 continues along. I mean, it's a heck of a long season here, but we will be, like Ron said, in the trucks at Daytona.
Yeah.
And we're going all the way to July 22nd. So stay with us here. One off week. That'll be on July 1st. But we are going all the way to the 22nd of July, where season 6 will culminate at this racetrack, Talladega, in the same car we ran tonight. So Daniel Falkingham, Malik Ray, they're going to be licking their chops very good in this next-gen car. But, well, that's it here for tonight. You see your race results one more time. Your podium tonight, Daniel Falkingham, Malik Ray, and Brock Westmoreland. For myself, Michael Triscaro, here at PGR eSports, and my broadcast partner here tonight, Ron Morris Jr. We are signing off, and we will see you all on Thursday night for the PGR eSports Intimidator Super Speedway Series as they kick off quarter number 2 of 2025.